Welcome to the Bearded Dangler. We're diving deep with the real people of search and rescue, sharing stories and advice.
Kaylin, thank you very much. Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to Bearded Dangler.
Yes, thank you for having me. I've been so excited for the past, I don't know how many weeks now already.
Yeah, I know we connected on Instagram a little while ago, and I've seen a little bits of your journey and your story and search and rescue. And
Yeah.
it's been quite cool. So, bit of an interesting podcast coming up, I think. A little bit of a different way of getting into SAR for you.
Yeah, this is so exciting. I mean, when I started Search and Rescue, I actually followed you. You were one of the first people I followed on Instagram.
Don't do that. My head will get massive. But yeah, social media has been good and bad for some stuff, but for the community, I think it's really good. Like, we're trying to promote search and rescue, promote it to people within the community, but also people that use the service and see what we do and see what different people do around the world. So this is it's really cool. So thank you very much for coming on.
It's the way now. It's the way of advertising it.
Yeah. You're not on TikTok yet, are you?
No, I need to get there. I need to just pull my socks up and start on TikTok.
Yeah, we'll speak about that afterwards, and I'll send you a few links of how to do it. It's good. It'll be better for you. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about your life, a little bit about your career, some advice, some stories, just some good stuff. So, well, for a start, you're not in the UK. So whereabouts are you?
No, I'm not. I'm in Namibia, Africa. So it's completely at the bottom of Africa.
Yeah.
So if you know where's South Africa, we're just right next door.
Right next door, just up and left. Yeah.
Yeah, up and left. It actually looks just like this on the map. There's the little Namibia. Yeah.
You must be on the same time zone as us as well then. So what time is it there at the moment?
1 hour ahead.
Right.
Just 1 hour ahead. Yeah.
That's good. And you're not actually sitting in the hangar at the moment. You've been very good, and you've got a green screen and a nice little backdrop.
Yes. The engineers in the hangar love to play their music, so it would have been a bit chaos.
Be too noisy. And is that the aircraft that you fly in at the moment?
Yes, it is. It is our baby.
Yeah. Have you got 225s, or is it just the one aircraft
we
that
have
got?
This one at the moment. We might have another one coming down soon. So.
Okay, good.
And then obviously 189s and 139s.
189s and 139s. Okay. And so who do you work for, and what is the service that you provide?
So I work for Air Rescue Africa, which is a joint venture group with Air Rescue Group and West Air Aviation Group here in Namibia. So we provide search and rescue for the oil and gas here, and just general protection over the community.
Okay, that's good. That's good. And what sort of area do you cover?
We cover in Ludrit, so it's at the southwest side or east? Well, no, first, but it's on the coastline, of course.
Southwest.
Yeah, southwest. I actually switched around there in my brain.
Yeah. Maybe map reading and navigation will work on.
Yeah.
Okay. And how long have you been doing search and rescue for?
In November, it'll be 2 years.
Okay, so pretty new, which is really good, because this is the sort of thing that I'm trying to promote within the community, is like trying to show how different people can get into it, and knowing your story when you're still quite new to search and rescue is going to be really interesting. So, yeah. Okay, so let's get into then. So, Kaylin, how old are you? Where did you grow up? And tell us a little bit about your life.
Okay, so currently I'm 26, almost 27. I don't know, 27 always just sounds so much better for me, but still 26. I grew up in Namibia, actually. So I grew up in the south, in the middle of the desert. So if you know the Kalahari Desert, it's the oldest desert in the world. So just in the middle of nowhere, just sand. I grew up there. Then I moved to the coast when I was 14. So then I lived at the coast in a harbor town, the biggest harbor actually in the southwest of Africa. And then when I was 17, I moved to England for 5 years.
Okay. Whereabouts in England were you?
I lived in Nottingham, actually. And then I moved to Bristol.
Random.
Yeah, very random.
Yeah. What was the reasons for moving across there?
I actually went to college and university in England. So I left when I was 17, did college for 2 years, and then joined university, Bristol University. And then when COVID, I came back.
Okay. So how was your upbringing in Namibia then? What was school life like for you and family?
So school, I actually hated school. I just loved the social side of it. Go see your friends. I was in boarding school as well, so you would be with your friends 24/7 all the time.
Okay.
But the study side, you know how school is. I just did what I needed to do to get past. But because I lived in the south, I grew up on a lodge because my parents are in tourism. So I did grow up with multiple cultures actually. So because you'll see all the tourists coming in and get all the stories from them. And then when we moved to the coast, it was a bit different. So I went from living in the middle of nowhere to the coast. So that was quite a jump as a child, I would say, to go from nothing to city life. So that was quite nice, actually. So I had a bit of best of both worlds, I would say.
Yeah. Okay. And so would you say that you were academic at school, or was it just like get by, do what you needed to do to pass the exams?
I did what I needed to do to get by, but when I got into my career now, I switched completely. Suddenly I was a top student because obviously I had passion in it, so I actually cared to study and do what I needed to do. Yeah,
exactly the same as me and one of the other guys that I've interviewed as well, that you'll see his podcast coming out soon. We were both really not the best academics at school.
Yeah. I was there for the social side.
Yeah, I regretted later on in my days when I was trying to do the paramedic course. It would have been so much better if I was better at biology and English.
If I could go back, I would have been like, listen, you need to study. But talking to little me would have said, nah, no, thank you.
No, you're not going to listen to that back in those days, are you? No. So off to Nottingham then. So college in Nottingham.
Yes, I actually went to go study graphic design and illustration.
Okay.
So complete different jump from what I'm doing now. Yeah. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed doing I wanted to specialize into doing movie posters and trailers actually for movies.
Okay.
And
so
obviously what happened actually, when I was little, I always wanted to do the medical side. I always wanted to be in the medical field because it's going to sound a bit crazy now, but when I was on the farm, on the lodge, and if you can smell, it's going to be weird now, but you can smell a dead animal. And I always wanted to go and look what it was. I need to go and inspect what it was, what happened, see the scene. And my mom always thought I was a bit for doing that. So, and then obviously because in school, I was not too studious. So I always thought I won't be able to do it. I'm not smart enough to do it. Yeah. So when I did graphic design and all of that, I noticed while I was sat there that I don't have the passion for it like everyone else. They would make Instagram pages to upload all their art and all of that. I didn't want to do that. I was like, I don't. They would use all their spare time to draw and do like that. And I just didn't want to do it. So when COVID hit, obviously I had to come back home. And my dad found a course to do paramedics. It's called the BLS, so it's basic life support, and it's only 6 weeks. And he said, well, it's only 6 weeks. Go and see if you enjoy it. And then when I joined, on the first day, when I sat in class, I said, this is it. This is what I want to do. I was in love with it. I showed up early to class. I studied. I actually wrote books of notes because I was so passionate about it. And I was like, I have to do this all the way. I'm going to have to go all the way. And also with COVID, I just felt bad that I wasn't doing my part as well. It was a hard time for people, and I wanted to do my part. I wanted to help and make people feel better as well. So it just kind of sparked that love I had even when I was younger, just to get it going.
Yeah, so not sitting in college designing posters and being a graphic designer. You want to actually get stuck in and do something for a living.
No. Not anymore. Now I need to be out there.
Don't tell work, though. They'll be getting you to design all their posters and their flyers and badges and all that sort of stuff.
Oh, why not? It's fun on the side. I mean, it's just a little bit.
Yeah. So left Nottingham. What? So
Yeah.
you left Nottingham and then came back, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
okay.
actually, it happened so quick. I mean, my dad just phoned me and said, listen, you're flying home tomorrow. And I was like, what? I was still in Plymouth. I was like, I'm going to have to go out tonight. Now I can't go anymore. And then the next day I just flew and I just haven't been back. It's been 7 years now almost.
Okay. And was
Yep.
COVID kicking off really big in Namibia then, was it? And they just wanted to get you home?
It's when it just started in England, when everybody was buying everything out of the shops. I remember standing in Tesco and all the pasta was gone. I was like, what is happening? Because it just went. And then my dad booked it. I flew home. And the day I landed, our government actually closed the borders. So I just made it just before that heavy quarantine.
Yeah.
So I just made it.
So how was COVID back in Namibia then? Because obviously different people all across the world on this podcast. And what was it like for you?
It was quite bad. I mean, we also had a lot of people sick and struggling, and also we had limited supplies as it's being a third world country. So it was quite difficult, but we made it. We did it.
Yeah. And what was the medical service like?
It was I have colleagues. Yeah, I had colleagues that said it was a nightmare. It's just wearing the suits, they would be dehydrated. It was hard work. So I was still very fresh. So I wasn't there yet to help in the most serious cases of it. But some of my colleagues said it was a nightmare. It was draining. They said they don't want to go back to that again.
Yeah. And is the climate in Namibia always quite hot? Or this is just me being a little bit ignorant. Yeah.
No, it's hot. It's winter now because we switched with England. So when it's summer there, it's winter here. So it's starting to get a bit cold, bit nippy, but it's most of the days it's still hot. It's going to be 24, 25 degrees every day.
Okay. What's your cold?
Cold for me, it'll be, because I like the cold. If you grow up in the heat, you hate the heat. So I like when it's cold. Cold for me, it's like -2, -3. That's cold for me.
Okay. Yeah. So you got on fine in Nottingham then?
Yes, I love the snow. I would be outside in the snow and all my roommates would be like, it's just snow. It goes into brown slush. I was like, no, this is the best part of the day.
Did you ever get up to Scotland when you were in the UK?
I went once when I was little with my parents to go see the Highland Games. That was very fun to watch. Yeah, I even saw the Queen.
Oh, okay. You must have been up quite far then. You must have been up near Aberdeen if you saw the Queen at the Highland Games.
Yes. Yeah. And all the cows of the fur.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go back a little bit then. So you're back in Namibia during COVID, and your dad said, was it the ambulance service that he pointed you in direction of, or was it just paramedicine in general?
It was the ambulance service, because as a BLS, you work as a medic. So there's 3 levels of us. We have BLS, which is basic life support. Then we have ILS, which is intermediate life support, and then ALS, which is advanced life support. So I started at the bottom. So you do 6 weeks, and then you have to do 1,000 hours ambulance time. And if you did your 1,000 hours, you can then apply to become a intermediate life support, which is then usually 16 weeks. Yeah, 16 weeks. And then you have a midterm exam, and you have to go do hours again and hospital hours. So you have to work up, or you can go to university and do advanced, which is 4 years degree. So I worked slowly up like that. So it's mostly ambulance service. You can work in the hospital as well, but you're not a nurse. You'll be assisting the nurses. But you have to build up if you want to go higher up and be able to do more medical procedures. I can say it like that. Yeah.
So you're saying it's like step level changes, or you can go direct entry paramedicine degree level, or do you need to do that as well? You can
do that as well if you want to see, but to be at advanced, you'll have to go to university and get a degree. But you can do a lot as an intermediate as well, because I'm intermediate level. So you can still provide IVs. You can't intubate, of course. But you can use an OPA. But there is certain levels, so we can't give as much drugs like an advance, of course, but we can give enough to keep the patient as stable as possible until advance arrives, or we hand over to the hospital, of course.
Okay. Yeah, so it's a little bit like the UK then. So you've got your patient transport service, and you've got ambulance technicians, and then you've got ambulance paramedics or HCPC registered paramedics. And when I first joined, like that was what you did. You did your apprenticeship almost. So you did patient transport technician, paramedic. But it was all in-house training. So it was all the ambulance services did their own training. But now it's degree-based paramedicine, so if you cannot be a paramedic unless you go to university and do the degree course. So yeah, little nuance changes, but I totally understand where you're coming from and what level you're at. So that's good. So go on.
Yeah, we have BLS paramedics and ILS paramedics that have 20, 30 years of experience. They're brilliant. I'll learn more sometimes from them.
Yeah, absolutely. Like learned experience on the road is so beneficial. Yes.
Yeah.
So what's the ambulance service set up there then? Is it all dual-manned ambulances, or do you have rapid response cars or helimeds?
We do have your advanced response. So there'll be one person going already to the scene, and then we have our ambulance that have 2 or 3 people on the bus. It depends on the situation and the call, but usually there's always 2 or 3 people.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what sort of population size are you covering in the city that you worked in?
So with my company that we work, we cover the whole of Namibia.
Okay. But previously when you were in the ambulance service?
So that was also the whole of Namibia, because we have loads of private sectors and government ambulances. So they all cover the whole Namibia. Sometimes we had to drive 3-4 hours to get to our patients. So we do all right. Everyone covers all of it.
Okay. And is there or was there an air ambulance service as well?
So we do medevac operations. So we cover by air. So we would transport patients or go get a patient. Some patients need to go from Namibia to South Africa for better doctors there or better care there. It depends on the situation. So we provide that service to take them. So we have all our top paramedics help them, move them. That's why we always come in. We also help, and then we would transport them from where they need to go. Because we do have a lot of car accidents, sadly, in our country. So because we are it's quite a big ride. So sometimes you need to drive 6 to 7 hours. It'll just be quicker to do it by medevac operation.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So how was your time in the ambulance service then? Did you thoroughly enjoy it?
I enjoyed every second. I enjoyed every second. I loved being on the road. I loved being in the air. The medical field has always been so fascinating to me. And you learn something new every time.
Right. So you're in the ambulance service in Namibia. You're absolutely loving life. You're obviously, by the signs of it, getting lots and lots of trauma exposure by road traffic accidents and those long protracted periods of patient care. Like that can be quite difficult, can't it? Like that length of time spent with them.
It can be, because obviously the more time you spend with the patient, the naturally you bond. We humans, we bond with people. So if you spend 6 hours with your patient, at 6 hours time, you're going to know more about this person than anything else. And what I've noticed in the ambulance or in the air, people open up to you very quickly. They will tell you all stories. They might even admit to things they shouldn't have done. But in that moment, you are a safe haven for these people. You're their best friend. They're everything for them in that moment. And I always think that is such a, what's the word I can use? A privilege to be that person for that moment to them.
Yeah, it's their worst moment in their life at that moment in time, isn't it? And sometimes we forget that when we're involved in their life, and they do open up because they're vulnerable.
They're vulnerable, yeah. And then they always end with, "I hope I never see you again." Thanks.
Me too.
I bump into some patients sometimes when I'm in the grocery stores, and I always go like, "Ooh," they don't want to see me, and I'm there like, "Hi."
Well, after being a paramedic for so long, some of the patients that I delivered are now grown up. So, that's strange. When it was one of my colleagues got stopped in the street and he got taken over to somebody's car and he got introduced to this girl, and the mum was like, "You delivered her," and she's now doing her driving lessons. And he was like, "Oh my God, now I feel old."
That's so sweet, though.
Yeah, it was. So what piqued your interest in aviation then? So you were in the ambulance service, and then did you just see these helicopters buzzing above you and get into flying them sometimes, or?
Yes. So when I started in the medical field, for me, I thought the end goal would be to be in the helicopter, because I used to watch, it was Inside the Ambulance or Air Rescue on YouTube all the time. And I was like, being in the helicopter, that's the end goal. That's the top you can be. You know, you go to all the serious scenes, you know, you're the guy in the sky, you know?
Yeah.
And then I was sat on the mine, because I used to work on a mine, and it just popped up on my phone. I was like, oh, search and rescue, that is helicopter based. And I always wanted to be in the ocean as well, because I love the ocean. I knew I'm going to work sea based. If I'm on it or in it, I'm going to be on the sea at some point. And I thought, this is best of both worlds. That's sea and helicopter, you know, double whammy for both of them. So I applied, and it's been history since. But it was quite some work to get into it, but everything is.
Yeah. So what company was that then that you applied to?
So I saw it as Air Rescue UK that advertised it with the West Air Aviation Group that came together to make this section for us, this new thing, because Air Rescue Africa is a new company and it's growing slowly as it goes. So that was the start of everything. So it was brand new. Okay.
And what was your entry requirements? What was the requirements for you to get into them?
So entry requirements, obviously, there's the basics. You need to be in the medical field, all of the boring things. So we went, and there was an assessment. We were 40 people that joined for the assessment. So we went and we did some fitness, we did some swimming, some interviews, you know, just to see. It took us, I can't remember how many hours, but there was all the fitness and stuff like that. Back then, I mean, I'll admit it myself, I wasn't the fittest. But fitness you can require it. But I tried to make it like every time I'd run past them, I'd be like, see, I'll be in the Olympics next year, because obviously I hate running. But you need to try and make it fun, of course. So after the 40 people, they only chose 10 to come back for a second assessment. So after, I think there was how many months in between? 2-3 months in between, we came back. There was 10 people chosen, and we did it the same thing. Fitness, swimming, you know, tread water. Then we had a bit of an interview where then we discussed, like, what will you do in this scenario and this scenario? And out of those 10, they only chose 3, which I was one of them. Which was quite, I was there like, what? I'm here. So I thought, if I can make it this far, I can probably go all the way. And I tried to go jogging at home to get my fitness up. I still hate jogging. Don't recommend.
Yeah. Who likes running? Nobody likes running.
Unless something's chasing me, then by all means I'll run. And then since then, it just went off. Like, after they said, oh, we'll take you. And then they said there might be still some while before we start up, because there was I think a few months in between. So I took those few months to go and get my other things that I thought would be beneficial for them. So of course you it, and I did more trainings and stuff, just so I'm prepared for them. So when they phone and be like, we're ready, I'm like, I got it. I'm ready. Let's go.
Okay. So you put yourself through your Hewitt.
They will obviously help as well, but I had time to do it, and I thought, let's go do it, and it's done, you know, then I'm ready.
Yeah. How did you find that? Because that would have been a bit of a new experience for the uneducated.
So it was quite fun. I was like the only person who could swim when we were there. You had to wear like a special helmet. Everyone had blue and I had red. I was like, damn, maybe I should have taken blue as well. But it was quite fun. Because I was the only woman doing it at the same time. I got to go first and be the one that deploys the life raft, you know, look all strong. I was like, but it was quite nice. Yeah. Obviously, when it tips, so there's the helicopter they put in the water and then they tip it. And the like little nose plug they give you is useless, because I had so much water go up my nose, and I came up, I was like, but it was actually quite fun.
I don't know anybody that actually uses the nose clips when they're actually doing the job. Do they? They're just like, nah, that's just pointless.
It will fall off anyway, so there's no point.
Yeah, I know. Those poor passengers that don't actually know what's going to happen to them if that helicopter, touch wood, never goes in the water and ends up upside down.
It was quite
but
nice,
it's a
though.
great
They could have made the
experience.
water a bit warm because it was freezing water. They could have made it a little warm for us.
A little bit warmer. And is that a place down in Namibia that does the Hewitt, is it?
It's in South Africa. So we
Okay.
went down to South Africa and made it a bit of a trip as well, you know. Go see the wine yards and all of that, you know. Have to make it a bit something.
Yeah, you need to do a little visit, don't you? Yeah, I don't think that we do the Hewitt enough. That's my personal opinion on the Hewitt. I think when we are flying low level and in the hover and everybody talks about engine failures and ending up in the water, I think the Hewitt should be something we do at least once a year, not every 3 or 4, whatever it is.
Yeah, I actually agree with that. So with our company, it's valid for 5 years, you would, but we make it shorter because 5 years is a bit long. So, which I also think it's a brilliant idea.
Yeah, it's we do all of our other currencies like getting in water and rescue people and life rafts and all the other medical currencies, but that's the one thing that I think we're giving a little bit of lip service to. But
yeah, especially to get through that little window. I mean, to get through that.
Just wait until you do it in a 139, even smaller.
Especially with the life jacket, I'm going to have to squeeze through there.
At least you don't wear immersion suits, so do you? Or
no, we do.
Oh no, you do. You do.
Yeah, we do. We have cold water, so immersion suits is a must.
Okay, that's good.
Immersion suit is my ever end putting that thing on there. The neck seal. I always get choked out when I'm trying to do it.
Yeah, and it must be quite hot flying around in that a lot of the time as well.
Oh, yeah. Very. It's like a little sauna.
Yeah, but it's like everybody says, dress for survival, not for the job that you're doing. But
true.
Once you've rescued somebody and you're still wearing the immersion suit and you're having to do your paramedicine side, then it can be quite exhausting keeping that immersion suit on.
Yeah, true.
Okay, so you pass your Hewitt and they decide that you've got the job and you are back in Namibia. You're doing your training. How was that training? How did that go?
That was quite interesting and quite, how can I say, mind-opening. Because going back to school now, when I did geography, we were allowed to skip one section at every exam. And I used to skip weather instruments, everything weather-based that you need here. I used to skip it because I was like, I don't need to know the clouds. I need to. So it was basically being back in school that week, doing all the maths again, all the weather and all the clouds. I still can't say this one cloud name. It's like a cumulus.
Cumulus nimbus.
Yes. No. So afterwards, we were all just calling it cumulus. At least you know what I'm talking about. But it was actually quite fun. I thought it was a bit easier than at school because obviously, again, I'm interested in. I want to do it. So we did loads of theory. And then we also did physical training. So we'd go to the pool and, learn how to strop someone, learn how to detach from the QRB, learn this, learn that. And also just to learn how to swim with a helmet on and shoes. And because if you don't know and you get into the water the first time, it's a bit, it surprises you a little bit.
Yeah,
now
it's
you need
like
to learn
going
how to
swimming
swim.
in your swimming suit and then putting on a rucksack and jumping in.
Yes.
It's like nobody would ever do that.
Yeah, because it was quite nice because they made us put on the whole suit. You would wear your jacket, your harness, the QRB, you'll have your shoes, everything. So you would get used to the weight. And then you would have, of course, Roof Lee. Everyone knows Roof Lee.
Yes.
I can't, that door gets me every time. So it will learn how to, because she doesn't respond nicely. So you will properly learn how to grab, how to do that. And also just how to control someone to lock, and you have to lock and push them away. That was new to me as well. So it was quite fun doing that in the pool. So it was, and then we had our instructor be on top and then pull you and you have to grab and do like that. So it was quite fun actually.
Yeah, it's quite an experience, isn't it, when you're not used to any of that lifeguarding stuff, but then throw it in, wearing all that heavy equipment in the water, tiring, you're getting drowned. Like you said, the Ruth Lee does not move like a normal human being would act in the water, so it makes it even more difficult. Yeah, her legs always sink.
The one leg always sinks. And if you want to do a double strap, you're like, where is the other leg? Just gets you. And then going from a pool to the ocean, Oh, in the
Yeah.
ocean, she's even worse.
Yeah, it doesn't matter where you are in the world. That dummy is just doesn't work.
Everyone knows it.
Yeah, it does. And how did you find your flying training?
So when I started actually doing this, it was my first time in a helicopter. So that was brand new to me as well. So obviously the first time I was sat there, I was like, oh, and then at hovering, I was like, this is actually quite cool. And when they opened the door, I was like, whoa, you know, you have to put your full trust in your winch up and in the winch to carry you down. But it's actually, it's the more you do it, the more fun it is, the more easy it gets as well. So we started a lot of ground training first. So open, you know, winch down to the ground, you know, until you get used to it, how to control a high line, because that's a different story as well. Because if you need to hold it, obviously not too tight, but you know how it goes. So that was actually quite nice as well to see.
Yeah, there's lots of different pieces of equipment that you get exposed to, and that's the step change in your learning. And the exposure to all those different pieces of equipment and different scenarios that you can use all that in. Your brain must have been really buzzing by the end of the first few months.
Yeah, because I hate fixed wing flights, but rotor wing is good. I feel better in a rotor wing for some reason.
Now you just get annoyed going through airport security like everybody else who works in search and rescue. You're like, why? I can just carry anything I want.
Yeah, see the little badge? I can go.
Yeah, but it's like that first time of opening up the sliding door in the helicopter, and you're sitting there and you're attaching onto the winch, and then you're going, right, okay, it's like this is for real now. I'm actually gonna hang below a helicopter. But it's
crazy.
It is. But it's cool. There's not many people in the world get to experience that and get paid to do it. And well done for getting through the training.
Oh, thank you.
That's good. So that was 2 years ago now, almost?
Yes, 2 years almost, yeah.
2 years. So how's your level of knowledge, how's that trajectory going?
Very good, actually. I surprise myself sometimes because when we're at home and they ask something, then suddenly I have all this helicopter things and this, and my parents are like, you know this? And I'm like, yeah, I know this. So I'll be like, oh, that and that and that. So like you still learn something new every day. So even when we brief in the morning, we always have a question of the day. So then we discuss different things. Even if it's pilot based, we still discuss with them. So it's also good for you to know a little bit what the pilots are doing because you're all at one team. So it's good to have a bit of the, how you can say it, the basic ground knowledge of what you're doing and where you are and what you are using. If it's equipment or cabin or helicopter, we always sit with the pilots if they do their checks in the morning, you know, and the first time they check the blades, you know, it does like, and I was like, what is that noise? So obviously they like to explain to you. So you also know a little bit what's happening on. I mean, you need to.
Yeah, you do. Like you said, it is that 4-man team when you're going out to perform those rescues. And you as rear crew pick up on little nuances in that helicopter, and you might hear a sound in the back that the pilots aren't hearing, or you feel a different vibration that you've not usually felt, and it might just be like a very early indicator that something's wearing thin and it's not showing up as a fault at the moment. So I think it's very important that rear crew get involved in the briefs as we do at our unit. Daily briefs at the beginning of the shift, pre-flight brief, post-flight debrief. How many times can you talk about weather and what you're going to do in a shift?
Especially debriefs afterwards is quite important. So we always say, what is one thing you take away that you feel you did good and one thing you think you can work on? So there's never a judgment or, you did this bad or you did that bad, because you don't want to break each other's confidence. So you always talk about, for example, I'll be like, oh, I felt I could have handled the high line better. And then a colleague will go, well, if you try this and try that, it might work better. And so next time we fly, let's try it that way and see how you feel about that. So I always think it's a debrief is so important, especially as well in the ambulance, because you can't carry all of that all the time. It is exhausting. You need to debrief to get to you. If it's your colleague or it's your mother or it's a friend or it's someone, you need to debrief what you've done.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's coming back to that team thing as well. Everybody's there to share that workload. It's not always down on the winchman. Ultimately, that's the whole reason for the operation is to get that winchman to, or do you call it winchman or SAR paramedic or?
Winchman. So we have winchman, winch up, and then the pilots. Yeah.
Yes. So ultimately, the job is to get that winchman to the casualty, and that's what we're there for. But you can't carry that workload on your own. It is everybody that is there to share it.
And it's a teamwork. The winchman can't work without the winch up, and the winch up can't work without the pilots. It's a triangle. You go. It's always going to go like that. Endless loop.
Yeah.
Oh,
it is.
Endless triangle. Yeah.
Endless.
Triangle loop.
Yeah. And so what's the experience makeup of the unit then? So where are your winch operators and pilots all come from, and your other winchman colleagues?
So we actually a bit of everywhere, we call it a smarty box. I mean, you have all flavors. So we have people from all over. All our winch shops are all very experienced. They have also, loads of them have been in military past, or now I need to choose the right one because they're all different. Military, Navy, war. Let me just mention all of them.
Yeah.
There's different ways of saluting as well. So we have a bit of everything. And some of them I've worked together before. So they already have that experience and be able to share their stories of working together. Like my two colleagues here used to work together 40 years ago or 30. Oh, he's going to come and be like, you said I'm so old. 30 years ago something. So it's so nice to hear all of that. And I think it's better if you have loads of different people because it's different ideas and different advice and different this and this and that, which I like. But all us winchmen here, we all Namibians. We're the first 3 or 4 winchmen in Namibia ever. So we started together. We're building it together.
That's really good. That's nice to hear. Yeah. So how many winchmen is there? Is it 4?
We are 4. We're 4,
4 years. Okay. Yeah. And it's 24/7 contract that you cover?
Yes, 24/7. Yeah.
That's some big shifts that you must do each month then, if there's only 4 years.
Yeah. Yeah, we work 4 weeks on, 2 weeks off.
4 on, 2 off. On 24-hour shifts, is it that you still do?
Yes. Yeah.
It's funny, isn't it? It's like it's the only community that I ever come across that works 24-hour shifts.
Yeah.
It's search and rescue. Yeah. Like ambulance service don't do it. They're 12-hour shifts.
We used to work 12 hours. Yeah, 2 days on, 3 days off, or sometimes 3 days on, 2 days off. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's nice that you get that block of time off. But 4 weeks on is a long period of time to be on shift.
Yeah, but I don't mind it too much because obviously we get along so well here. We eat dinner together every night. We watch movies together. We play games together. And also we're very, you can't help but get to know each other very personally because you spend 24/7 together. So I feel like it's basically family now.
Yeah. So how does your rotation work then? Do you do a 24-hour shift at the base and you stay at the base and then you go home for 24 hours?
So our base is about 10 minutes drive away. So we do, like, for example, I'm today off. I'm not off, I'll be on standby. If something happens, I'll go in. So I'm here, and then my colleague is on shift today, and then tomorrow I'll be on shift, and he will be off. Okay, so we work good. Like that. Yeah.
And you've obviously, because of the makeup of the 4 weeks on, 2 weeks off with ARS, you have people flying in and flying out to different parts of the world.
Yeah, so we 2 winchmen on shift now on rotation, and 1 is at home having her time off, her rest and all of that. But if needed, you never know how it goes. She will easily fly down if needed. Because we're all Namibians, so we're here. I mean, we're not far from each other.
Yeah, okay. That's good. All right. So, so that's a little bit about your career so far. Where do you see it going? What's your career aspirations at this moment in time? I know it's still quite early on, but where do you see yourself?
My next step, I would love to become a winch op. So we already started, when you go and do drums, just feel how the winch goes, which really surprised me the first time. I was like, ooh, And so it's quite nice. So we have quite nice winch ops that give us the opportunity. Obviously, no live bait at the end. Don't worry. Also just to get used to doing putter. So I have one colleague I love him to death. He would go outside and be like, come, let's go. And then you'll put a little traffic cone down. He's like, go to it. So I'll be outside, like this and this and this. And so it's actually quite fun. So I'll think about a wind shop. And then obviously I would like to grow, for me personally, I would like to grow up into management maybe, or see how further we can develop it and see how we can make it more beneficial for Africa its own, because I feel like we need this. We have a very long coastline. We have a lot of ships and vessels coming in, and a lot of tourists driving around. So it will be good to try and expand it more and more and more. So I'll see how it goes.
That's good. Well, you're in the correct place at the correct time, getting into a contract very early on and being in the position you are. You're going to learn so much from all of your other colleagues that you're now working with. And what it could potentially develop into is exciting times.
Yeah. I'm like a sponge. I'm soaking up everything.
Yeah. But like you said at the beginning, it's mainly an oil and gas coverage, is it? But you do other work as well?
Yeah, we do. It depends on the situation. But obviously, if there's someone in need, we help.
Yeah. Okay. Rightio. So let's talk a little bit about some of the taskings that you've been involved in. Is there anything within search and rescue that you've been involved in that sticks to the front of your head? Or is it, because it's so early on in your career, is it more ambulance service-based jobs that you've got?
Yes, there's one that actually happened this year, and it's something I almost think about daily, because it's just... So what happened is, it was with a medevac operation, fixed wing. And we had to go fetch a little girl in Cape Town that was on end-of-life support. So nobody wanted to take her because they all said that she is so ill, if you move her, she will sadly pass away. But her mom really wanted her home because her family's here. So we took the job. We said we'll give it our absolute best, how we always do. When they obviously go into a hospital, a children's hospital, and it's loads of little ones and babies. So it's a bit already... It's always not nice to see a child, is it? She went and she was there in her little bed, and obviously all the cables and all of that. And nobody wanted her, but we said we will take her. We will do it for her. So we got her. Mom obviously has been warned that she might not make it through the flight. She was in a coma at that stage, very ill. So we took her, and she had a little doll. I think the little doll was called Emma. So I was like, we put Emma on the bed. We said, Emma's coming with us, put a little blanket on her as well, just to make Mom relaxed. And Mom was like, oh, thank you. I can see you guys are, you're here to help. I'm like, of course we're here to help. We got her into the aircraft. We gave Mom a pillow, a blanket, and said, Mom, rest. It's 2 hours flight. You get all your rest. We will watch her. So obviously during a flight, there's a bit of ups and downs, how it goes, with all the different stuff. And every time Mom would look up, we'll be like, she's still breathing, Mom. We got her. So we actually brought her. We made it all the way back home, gave her to the hospital. And then the next day, we actually got a call and said she woke up. She woke up and she wants a Fanta. So we were so up to date. And then she started talking. She started getting up, Then they took her off life support. She was off end of life. I mean, she was only 6 years old. No, she was 7 years old. Little girl. So we will pop by now and then to see if she's okay. But that was quite... It just shows you how quick life can be as well. Yeah. And it was quite tricky because no one wanted to help, not because they can't or all of that. It was just, it's such a scary call to do. But we babysat her. Those 2 hours on the flight, I think I had such a backache because I would not sit down. I was watching this baby the whole time. And of course, I had a brilliant colleague that has many years in the medical field, and she knows exactly what she's doing. And it was the day when we got there, we dropped off at the hospital and the whole family was there. So of course, it's a lot of emotion. They were crying, saying, thank you for bringing our baby home, all of that. To hear that she woke up the next day was just next level for us.
Yeah, that's fantastic news. Fantastic. But it is a tiring period, isn't it? It's because you're mentally strained. Your capacity level is so high at that point, but it's like you've got so much to do. And you've got everybody's put so much trust in you at that point in time that for that 2 hours in the air, it's a big workload.
Yeah, and of course the machines will go off now and then because 2 hours is a very long time to move someone that's been laying still for a very long time. So, but we gave Mom a blanket and a pillow. Every time she looked up, we was like, she's fine, she's good. Because obviously Mom will wake up. So she actually slept for a good hour. I think she just needed the break. And Emma, the little doll, made it all the way, had her blanket as well. We gave her back.
There you go.
But that was quite
you'd never know that
quite an emotional one.
Might come back and work with you in the future.
Yeah. We'll see.
You might have inspired her to get into aviation.
But it was good. Every time we'll drive, because the hospital's not far from us, and we made it our effort to go and see her. But we like to do that as well. We like to get an update on the patients to see if they're good and all of that.
Yeah, it's
good.
Also,
it's closure for you.
It's closure for you, but it also reaffirms your CPD and your medical knowledge that you've done the right thing. Yeah. So have you had any taskings within search and rescue as a new winchman that have been quite challenging for you?
Let me think. So we had a few ones where, I can use this one actually. So what happened is we were, I need to choose my words wisely. So we would winch down to the deck, and it was quite a choppy day, which is good experience, of course. And it was one of those days where the boat was very up and down, and the cable. So that's very good to get used to your equipment, to get off the cable very quickly, because as it did, the boat, I'm not too sure what happened, but the cable shot and it got wrapped around the poles on the boat. I can't remember the name now. The antennas, yeah. So, yeah. And obviously that was a, jump scare, quickly detach, but it can go wrong so quickly.
Yeah.
There's the boat stops or the helicopter shoots a bit further. I mean, no one's fault. It just happens. If you work with equipment like this, it happens. Yeah. So that was quite also a good training thing, to get off quickly, watch your cable, communicate with your wind shop, let them communicate down to you. And then nothing happened. Luckily, we got it. I think I swung it like a rodeo, got it off. But it's in that moment you're like, whew, yeah. But I thought that was also a good one. To just, the more you train, the more muscle memory it is, more experience, more.
And like you said there at the beginning, things happen so quickly. You're on a moving boat. You're moving as well. The aircraft's moving. Everything's in different planes and different times, and things happen in an instant.
So quickly.
And that wire can snag. It's happened to me. It's happened to just about everybody within search and rescue. And if they say that it hasn't, whether it be on the side of a mountain and it's clagged onto a little bit of rock, or wrapped around a mast, or a guardrail on the back of a boat, it happens, and it'll happen to you again. But now it's happened to you that one time, you'll know exactly what to do and do it quicker.
Yeah. So now every time I land, I'm like, all good, and then go.
But let off.
Just to take that cable, and I swung it like a rodeo.
Yeah. Well, it's your lifeline for getting back to the helicopter, isn't it? You don't want anything to happen to that. Yeah. Was that on a rescue, or was it just on a training sortie?
That was just training.
Yeah. That's all right. Good. There's plenty of funny stories that happen within search and rescue, usually on the base, or when you're just out flying, or like on those moments where something just goes wrong. But what's some of the funny stories that you could possibly share with us for the new community?
So I don't know what I did, but dolphins do not like me. Every time I go into the water, they need to either swim against me, or I don't know what I did to them. But everyone thinks, dolphins are so friendly. I hate them. I hate them. And they're big. Dolphins are massive. Yeah. So one time we were doing wets, and I was the survivor for the day. So they're just bobbing in the water. And I usually like to keep my legs down. I'm just weird. I drift naturally. Can I say it like that? Float naturally. I'm drift. Oh, drift sounds horrible. Float naturally. And then something knocked my feet. And I was like, oh my gosh, I was in the water. I was like, please come and get me now. But even when I was younger and I did sailing, they would capsize my boat. dolphins. So I really don't know what I did to them to not like me that much. And this is the third time now. They either bump into me, or as you're lowering down, you can see, I'm like, oh, never been a shark, luckily, but
No sharks.
don't trust dolphins.
Quite a lot of dolphins around where you are?
Yes, but only when I'm in the water. Nobody else. I don't know. All the seals are there as well, but yeah, off the coast of Lüderitz. But even when I was back home, which is Walvis, just a bit higher up, there's 20 other laser sailing boats. Why me? Why are you bothering me?
Well, off the coast of Aberdeen, we've got quite a lot of dolphins, but there's a lot of seals, and we're quite often we'll do drums, as you say, and like you'll just see a seal pop up next to it and just watch what you're doing, or you're in the water and then you get this massive big seal head like looking at you. You're like you said, dolphins are big, seals are really big as well. Their heads are massive, big Labradors. Yeah, it's scary when you're in the water.
Yeah, I don't mind a seal because I feel a seal is it's just a wet dog. It's okay. They're harmless. But dolphins, no. Yeah. Oh, it was terrifying. And I'm trying to swim away. I'm like, please.
Is that dark water? You just don't know all those sea monsters that can come up and get you, especially at nighttime.
Yeah. I try and not think about what's at the bottom.
It never goes away. Don't worry. All right, so your nickname is Shark Bait, but we should maybe be called something to do with dolphins instead. We'll maybe get some dolphin badges for your flying suit.
Yeah, when we did Secret Santa last year, my one colleague got me a snow globe with a shark eating a swimmer. I was like, thanks.
That's pretty good.
That was actually quite nice,
yeah. Okay. Two more questions for you. First one.
Yep.
You're quite new into the search and rescue world, as we've talked about, but you've had a bit of paramedic experience for a little while.
Yeah.
You, obviously, as a female coming into the service, is a little bit different. What words of wisdom and knowledge would you pass on to anybody that's wanting to get into search and rescue or paramedicine, but mainly search and rescue? What words of wisdom would you say?
Mine will be, if you want to do it, go for it. Just go for it. Because what will you lose? What will you lose? And the biggest thing that stops you is your own mindset. Once you tell yourself, I will do it and I can do it, you will achieve it. And it is hard. Nothing will ever be easy in life, no matter what it is. But I think it's so worth it. If you want to do it, I'm the same. I told my colleague, if you want to dye your hair purple, dye it purple. I mean, it's your life as well. But for me is find a way. If you can't open a door, go through the window. If you can't open a window, make a hole in the wall. Find your way. If it's really something you want to do, go for it. Because I also just went, what will I lose? You know? What will I lose?
Yeah. That's good.
You just, and then just don't be scared. It's just, I know it's scary. Like, I know I'm saying that. But rather do something and be like, at least I've done it, than in 40 years' time say, damn, I should have done it. I wish I'd done it. Because just that what if, you never know what will happen. It's just,
You never know. It's like, yes, you need to be a paramedic to be a winchman, but get those tickets if that's what you want to do. Go and get that ticket. Go and get that qualification. Get to your end goal. Yeah, that's really good advice. It's worth it.
And if you do it and then in the end you go, it's not for me, at least you've done it. It's a story. It's a story you can tell then, you know? It's something you've done. Don't be scared and be you. Just there's no one else that can be you. You can be you, if that makes sense what I'm trying to say. Yeah. And also, you get very cool equipment and you get a flight suit and a little sticker. You know, you wear them with pride and walk through the hangar and be like,
there's many different people that are within search and rescue, and it's like not everybody is exactly the same. Like you said, they come from the Navy and the Air Force and the Army and paramedicine and civilian, and so there's loads of different people and different knowledge and experience and walks of life that do this job. So anybody can do it.
Yeah, and you make connections with everyone. I think I have a connection with every part of the world now.
Yeah.
It's something. You'd be like, oh yeah, I know someone from Scotland. I know someone from Spain. We work together. It's just, I think it makes you grow as well as an individual. But it's not easy. Nothing is easy. But it's
No.
so worth it in the end. And it doesn't
So
matter if you are whatever or not fit, you can get fit. You see, everything is a possibility as long as you want to do it. And you just need to tell yourself that mindset is really the biggest stopper you have.
yeah,
If
just
that
get
makes
that
sense.
driven
Yeah.
goal. But what did you find as the most difficult part of your training? That if for you to tell yourself again previously, what would you work on more prior to coming into the unit?
I think if I could go back, I think confidence, you know, you need to be confident in yourself. So I need to be able to say, yes, I will tackle this challenge. Yes, I'm going to go swimming now. Yes, I'm going to put all the equipment on. I'm going to do it. Because at the beginning, I was always a bit scared, like, oh, what if I don't do well enough? What if I'm not good enough? What if I'm not strong enough, fit enough, be this and that? And in the end, I just told myself, stop, just go for it. Because the more, like my mom always tells me, she's going to be like, oh, you mentioned me. Your body doesn't understand the difference between negative comments. If I can try and get this out, if I tell myself, oh, you're never going to do it, it's going to think that. So if you tell yourself in the morning, I'm going to go and I'm going to have a great day, you see, you just need to feed yourself that positivity. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Confidence is a massive thing, isn't it? Because there is although I've said there's a lot of different people within the unit, there's also a lot of different personalities, and
a lot of them.
there's a lot of stories and a lot of personalities. So you need to be confident in yourself, and you need to be confident that your decision is the right decision and to follow it through. But also then if you find out later it was the wrong decision, have that confidence to stand up and go, I was wrong.
Yeah, you need to be able to say, I was wrong, I will learn from that. But don't say I was wrong and then go sit and be like, oh, now that I did that, I'm a failure. Now they're not going to like me now, or this is not going to be that. Because that just, again, breaks you down into that negativity circle, which is very hard to break out of sometimes. So, for example, now, I'm going to throw myself under the bus here, but I accidentally dropped something once by accident. And I was like, oh no, they're going to think I can't do this anymore. I'm not, when you say competent enough to do this job. But it happens. When I said, oh, I'm sorry, they said, it happens. It's okay. And since then, now I make 4 or 5 times 6 sure, this is clipped. I'm not dropping it again. And then they say, oh, but it would have been nice if we had that. And I take the joke. You need to see the funny side as well. I'm like, yeah, I'll try and not drop it this time.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of
Highline bag
back and forward.
Yes, spoiler alert, it was a Highline bag. To try and pull out that Highline out of the ocean, I was like, oh, I learned my lesson there.
Yeah, 200 feet of wet rope with a weight on the end of it can be quite heavy.
I was exhausted.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. Right, we're coming to the end. You'll be glad to know you've done very well so far. It's been really good, but I think that we need to get some more people from down in your unit onto the podcast. So is there any of your colleagues that you've spoken to that you think that would be good to come on the podcast?
Yes. So I have 2 colleagues. I'm sure they will both love to get on to it. So my 2 winchmen, actually, if I'm allowed to mention them by name, I will.
Yep.
So there's Donnie Starson is one of my colleagues that I'm with now, and then Ashni Namamdeen, who is off at the moment. And of course, I have loads of winch shops, so they were like, yeah, you can mention, of course. They're all great. So
we will send a link to them all and see who comes back. And we can have years of podcasts in the future. So that'd be good. We can get some good stories from them as well.
Yeah, I'm sure they have all their own stories.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you would like to say or talk about that we've not covered so far? Like anything that you want to mention, any company stuff or?
I just think that search and rescue is such a brilliant job because it provides that just that little bit that we need. I'm not saying any other company is bad, but a helicopter, for example, in December and here at the coast, it's holiday time, so everyone that lives inland, like inland, will come to the coast. These people are not used to swimming in oceans and then big currents. Every year we have a near drowning or a drowning, which is sad. So it will be so good that a helicopter, it's so quick to get there and so quick to get you out. Because the ocean here is very powerful, very strong current, and they take you out to sea very quickly. So for us to be able just to provide that is, for me, so amazing that we can provide a service to help so quickly, because just to spare that one person's life or two people's life, I just think it's amazing to be able to be in this company or in this career to provide that, just that little bit for someone's life.
Yeah, that's great. Well, yeah. I hope your career is very long and you get into that wind shop role and that management role eventually and drive the service forward for your country. It'd be brilliant.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Kaylin, it's been an absolute pleasure and I wish you the best of luck for your career and I hope you have a great few shifts.
Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity. I've been looking forward to it all the time.
Good. Okay. Well, you might change your mind when you see the final edit, but we'll leave that for a surprise.
It would just be mentioning the Highline bag the whole time.
Yeah, that's just going to be the profile photo now, is a Highline bag getting dropped.
That and dolphins. Oh no.
Got so many pictures. Like AI is going to be very busy for me. Okay. Well, thank you very much. We'll
thank you.
Bring it to a close there. Okay. Brilliant. Bye.
All right.